What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is gonna make Poppy Playtime Chapter 1. This is part 6 of 10. It will be this room here, along with the first of the two vent segments. And, yeah, I don't really have a ton to say about this one. This is probably the longest intro clip, because vent... Actually, no, the night, or the Huggy Chase will probably be the longest. Anyway, here it is. I don't really have a ton to say about it. Yeah, with that being said, don't clip through the wall, and, this is, in case you couldn't tell, I'm in spectator. But yeah, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Before we move on to the next room, there's one thing in this room that I kind of oopsied and forgot. It's the banners that cover up the Huggy thing, which also is the little green robot, which I think is the one on the floor now that I'm thinking about it. So, get out a loom and some black, or... You need one black banner and one lime banner if you are in creative. If you're in survival, you'll need 2 of each. You'll need also, in addition to that, 3 lime dye. Or 3 lime dye if you're in creative, 6 if you're in survival again. Put down the loom, put your black banner in, and put your lime dye in. You want to do the circle, which is roundel. What a name. And then you want to do the, like, line across the bottom and line across the top, which is Chief Fest and Base Fest. Yes. You'll then put those each, not directly above the door, but one more block up, and then you'll put a lime banner on either side. That's my interpretation. I made do with what I could, so we'll go with it. Head into the next room, and you want to clear your inventory and get out gray concrete, light gray concrete, basalt, polished black stone bricks, gray stained glass, warped stairs, warped trap doors. I mean, that's like the main majority of what we need. Black concrete, I guess. Polished black stone slabs, and we'll go polished tough slabs. I still am so mad that they're not... Oh, never mind, we are out of inventory space. That's fine, we don't need the tough slabs right now. But I'm so mad about that. Anyway, let's start with this upper area, assuming that we have the floor material. Guess what? We don't, so we're not going to start with that upper area. You want to take the bottom of this light gray concrete row up to and including this corner where the row of light gray concrete kind of goes across, and you want to just go... You want to go forward from this whole thing with 12 rows of polished black stone bricks. Just like this. And you'll go up to what should be one higher than the height of this here hallway. I forgot about this being like this, actually. This covers up a portion of the stairs here, so that does save you some sort of energy if you're filling that in, unless you already did it, in which case I'm a little late, I'm sorry. Off of this top corner of polished black stone bricks, you'll place a light gray concrete moving kind of forward. I would connect it down to the ground that we don't have, so just connect it so it's the same height as the polished black stone bricks, and I would also extend it up so it's 5 taller. Extend this top block all the way back into the light gray over there, and then also take... Well, we'll just take the bottom, I guess, of this pillar and do it that way instead. You want to bring this bottom light gray concrete across with 13 polished black stone bricks, a light gray concrete, 13 polished black stone bricks, and then a light gray concrete. You will bring either of the light gray concretes up by 6. And you actually want to take not the top block, but one down and connect them together with light gray concrete. I forgot that it wasn't that height. I thought it was one higher. But anyway, it should be like that. The light gray concrete on this wall will be one lower than the polished black stone bricks on the other wall, which is fine and dandy. You can then take each of those light gray concretes and extend them up by 4. And then you want to connect the tops of these pillars together with like red concrete and to the wall to where it should be in line with that polished blackstone brick row right there. You can then bring each like red concrete pillar up by an additional 5 and do the same thing again. Except they won't really connect the same. Though you can also see how long this vent is for scale compared to that one, which is longer. But anyway, yeah, you should have this now. We're just going to keep framing this room like this because I think it makes sense, sort of. So what you want to do now is you want to remember how to count first, which is what I'm currently trying to do. And you want to take this corner of like red that we started from, and you want to go what is technically forward from it with 12 basalt. And then a light gray concrete. It should line up with that pillar there. Which you actually do kind of want to connect it to that, so... bring it up by 6. And then just bring it all the way to what is the right. Like that. And there is also a pillar in the middle of the room which lines up with the light gray on that back wall, so if you want to mark that now, you can. I would also bring up the light gray to the same height and kind of do the same thing to where you bring, well again, each pillar spot up by 5. And then you'll just connect all of the light gray together at that top row. Including on this left wall, which the bottom one does not connect on the left wall, but the top one does, because the basalt wall there is a little bit weird. Anyway, there's half of the room framed out. Unfortunately, there's a whole nother half, so let's get on it. So you want to go from the end of this light gray concrete forward with 13 polished blackstone bricks. And then a light gray concrete. And then from there you should be able to connect all the way back right with polished blackstone bricks, and you'll connect back into the light gray concrete like so. The frontmost row of those two. The framing on this part is a little bit weird, so you just kind of want to take this light gray here and bring it up by 6, and then connect it what is backward. Like that. Now, it's time for a lot of filling. It's a fun part. You want to fill in your floor with gray concrete. And again, you should know where this is placed. It's one lower than the height of the walls. And it should also be in line with that yellow and black wool there. I'm going to slash fill it this time because this is a larger room. And I want to get it to not be 40 minutes. I love spelling gray concrete wrong. It's just beautiful. And then all of the walls are kind of filled in with what we've marked them as. Now, there's a couple that we haven't marked. So, if you head to the back here, you have essentially all of the bottom marked. However, on the top here, the right side you leave open. The two on the back are basalt, and the two on the front are polished blackstone brick. So, it's essentially inverted, actually. And then, again, this whole left wall is basalt. So, you're just doing a lot of filling in with various blocks. This part isn't horrible, at least, I guess. I don't know. Guess depends on how you define horrible. And then after this, the front wall doesn't have any marks, so just leave the front wall for now. That's the wall where things get a little bit complicated. Well, one of the walls where things get a little bit complicated. The back wall has something happening as well, but it doesn't matter because it's higher. So we can just fill in our wall without a care in the world. But we will have to do that fairly soon because it's up the alley of our current inventory space. I looked at the inventory and I was like, why do we have warp stuff? Because I was thinking it was still from the carts in the last room, but or the totes, I mean. But no, it is for the windows. In fact. In this room. I'd say at least some of them, because I guess there's technically windows on the ceiling. That's a weird sentence, windows on the ceiling. I mean, that's not abnormal in general, just I feel like those are not called windows, those are called skylights, so that's what made it a little bit weird. But anyway, almost there. We're like past the halfway point of the build, other than the pit room is going to be like an hour probably on its own. But that's a problem for then. Oh yeah, this wall too. Almost forgot. And then once you have done that, you'll have walls, yay. Just such a happy time. Okay, you should have this now. We'll start with the front wall, and then we'll worry about the backmost section, because they do, unfortunately, kind of work as two separate entities in a way. The front wall, you actually do want to bring this row of polished blackstone brick up by 5, so it will be at the same height as the basalt, in case anybody cared to know. Just like this. This is where patterns also come into play, so, yay. That rhymed. Didn't mean for it to. From the, what is the left side, the side closest to the garage, that's what we're gonna deem this as the back wall now, I think. Just because it works better if it is considered the back wall, even though it's not. You want to place up against the, like, right here, a warp stair facing right. Right of it, warp trap door, warp stair facing left. And then we will go 3 polished blackstone bricks, a light gray concrete, warp stair facing right, and this is where the pattern repeats. You essentially have the same thing happening over and over again until you reach the end, which you should end to where the light gray concrete actually does line up perfectly. And you should have 4 windows if I am correct, which I am. Yeah, and you'll end with 3 polished blackstone bricks, and this corner will be the light gray. Just like that. You'll then essentially, I don't want to say copy that row, but you're bringing all of the polished blackstone bricks up an additional row. What changes is the light gray is now brought up with a gray concrete, and the warp stairs are brought up with warp trap doors that are opened up against the walls, and then the middle is just nothing. I'll show you what I mean by that. Essentially, this is what you have now. Warp trap doors open up against the wall just to help with that curved shape. Next row, you will start going left to right, and you'll place the upside down stair facing right, then a trapdoor on the top half of the block, upside down stair facing left, 2 polished blackstone bricks, 2 gray concrete, and then the pattern repeats itself. Essentially, you just have 2 gray concrete, and things are shifting. Yeah, you're starting to get that arc a little bit. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, everything's going wrong now. That's cool. Just like that. It's definitely the proper reaction. I don't know. Next row. This one's easier. 5 polished blackstone bricks. 2 gray concrete. And then it's the same thing. 5 bricks, 2 concrete, whatever. Just like that. Next row. 4 polished blackstone bricks, gray concrete, 1 block gap, gray concrete, 4 bricks, gray concrete, gap, whatever. So you're starting to see that these are becoming, again, I guess more separate entities, as I explained originally. Not that entities is perhaps the right term, but it's the term I'm going to use. Next row. 2 bricks, 2 concrete, 2 block gap, gray concrete, 2 bricks, 2 concrete, 2 gap, etc. etc., etc. until you reach the end. You don't actually, I think I mentioned this, you don't need this row of gray concrete here. However, if you are classifying this as how Playtime Co. is, where there's more than just 4 of these, then it might just be nice to have it. And the next row, it's literally just gray concrete on top of the polished blackstone bricks. And I guess if you want to bring this gray concrete up here as well, you can, but you don't have to. It's kind of an option. I'll do it like this, just for funnies. There you go. Now, each of the light gray concretes and the full row of gray concrete that follows above it, you will connect forward into this polished blackstone brick wall. If it ends up going higher, just stop in the same line as everything else. I don't know if it does or not. It does go 1 block higher because of the way that we did it. That's actually hilarious. Because I originally don't have those corners there, so. You love to see it. Not really, you don't, but. For all intensive purposes, we do love to see it. Also, I'm going to place a row of gray concrete here for the funniest. Don't worry about it, what I did. If you didn't see it, it literally doesn't make a difference, because it's covered up anyway. It only makes a difference from the outside in aesthetics, but I don't even think you can see that one from the windows. You can see these, like this wall here on the far right through the window, but, or I guess the top of the skylight. There we go, I got there. I just had to go through the 5 stages of speaking. Okay, now you should have this, and something that I will point out. If you so choose, the other section is basically the same. There, I think there's one change I just saw. No, there's not a change. So if you want to just copy these to where the light gray concrete points are in line with this light gray concrete here, you can. I'll go over that separately, though. You want to take the gray concrete, though, above the window sections and bring them all towards you by a row. I'll get there. Hold on. You'll then take the bottom row and the top row and extend them all the way to the back, and you'll make the same kind of curved pattern on this back wall here. And with that, you will also, I'll actually not give you 14 steps at once, because I have a little bit of sympathy, not really. Yeah, I'll wait a second. Did I do the top row on the other? I feel like I did not do the top row. Yep, I didn't. That's cool. And then the last one here. Okay, now I'll say it. You'll fill in the middle with gray stained glass. That was literally all. One other thing I will mention here. So, as you can see, obviously, the way that this is layered with the gray concrete, the gray stained glass on the bottom row is essentially wedged in between it and the rest of the section. So you can kind of see it doesn't really see very much. That's a weird way to put that. It's not a huge deal. However, I am pointing this out because if you want to throw an outside on this, you're probably just going to end up covering this row of gray glass anyway. Because of the fact that you're going to need to double layer the insides of these for red concrete. And also whatever the cyan concrete ceiling may be. Just a little bit of a thought that I figured I would throw at you guys. Because I did realize that when I made this, or when I was doing that, I was thinking about that. I was like, it's not going to work. Anyway, you should have this. Back all of these windows here with gray stained glass, these circular ones, and I, again, did the same thing as before. Never mind, no I didn't for these. I thought I did, but... Oh, I know why I didn't. I originally did. I had warped around them, but I accidentally structure blocked and removed about 75% of this room, so I had to speedrun remaking it. So, yeah, that happened, so... As mentioned, though, you're going to want to copy these just basically up and back, except for you don't have the front window. And at the top there, I think is basalt now. Yeah. So I'm going to just find the point, and you can actually see you have it kind of marked out with this corner here. And I'll just place the light gray going along on each of these 3, and then I'll just kind of copy it. Make sure that I have the same rows of gray and everything. Both the front and the back are basalt filled here. Just in case you were curious. How many rows of gray was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that makes it easy enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. One other thing that I will point out with these. Presumably, according to what at least I am imagining this being, these are the, like, white concrete sections, or just how I made them on my Playtime Co. exterior. These are the like white concrete sections that are sticking above the other curved bits because they're the same thing, obviously, and there's 2 levels of them on this side. There's not windows on the front of these, though. In the inside, I mean, there might be, but from what I was looking, they aren't there. They are there on the exterior, like, I guess, graphic, but they don't show here, which is a little bit weird. Because, I don't know, just because. Again, I didn't look at it particularly because I didn't have that thought when I was recording this portion of the video clip. I was just like, whoa, look at those things. But, okay, yeah, this is gray concrete. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't see the, windows, so I don't know. Because I got myself enough angles to where I could at least make out what I was trying to do, or what I exactly needed, including looking up at these a lot, because I was just confused as to what the frick was happening, but Anyway, also, do those go that way? Okay, yeah, they do. Yeah, okay. They go the same way. Good. I was like, wait a minute. Would have been awkward. So, if you end up trying to match this with the exterior, for one, I wish you luck. But for two, add windows, I guess. Well, this isn't going to match with my exterior, but if you happen to make an exterior, you could even add the windows and just black them out. Like, it's not a huge deal necessarily. Because it's not like... They're there, obviously, but just because there's at least a slot for a window doesn't mean they actually lead anywhere. Which I guess is the logic we should use for a lot of how we interpret what the frick is happening with this, but it's not my logic, so... It's quite the interesting facility. What did I just see shift? I saw something like... I don't know. Anyway. Anyway, there's like 2 more of these, I think. Unless I forgot to fill in the front of the other one, because I feel like I definitely did. Oh, I didn't. Look at me go. Anything else to point out about this? No. Another thing, though, so when I made my Playtime co-exterior, for one, I mean, it is kind of massive, and this still wouldn't have fit, apparently. But I was looking at... Hold on, let me, like, place this row, because I feel like if I try to talk while doing this, it's just not working. Obviously you can't see the sides, it kind of just goes off the screen. So I just kind of interpreted how the sides work, but as this apparently shows, it goes outside of the barrier. And also chapter 2, at least from the way that I have it oriented, I could have like a vent rung or something to where it's rotated 90 degrees, but chapter 2 is going to lead back towards the front of the building. So it's essentially like almost like a whole circle. At least what I have made here. I'm not going to say that I have it perfectly right, because I probably don't, but that's the way that it seems. And at least if I can remember chapter 2 properly, because I feel like there was something... I feel like, because obviously you leave through that door there, but I don't remember if you go like straight out or if you go like left or right or something. I don't know. Regardless, though, you're probably hitting the building, I think, at some point in time. So that's a fun one. I don't know. This facility is wild. Although maybe chapter 2, I guess, logically could be underground. But even then, like, you're going in front of your property line and probably under a main road, you would think at that point. Or at least some sort of a road. I guess this could technically be in a barren wasteland, but... Who am I to say? Anyway, enough yapping from me. That you should have this or something or other. I forgot what words were. Let's actually mark out, even though we don't have the wall material, or the floor material, we can mark out the area just going back here. So, I would essentially bring the basalt on the side here, where you have, well, yeah, I'll just say if you, like, are looking at this gap, you'll take the left side of light gray, and place going back 3 basalt, and then a light gray. You will then go right with 5 basalt, 2 light gray, and 5 basalt. And then you'll bring all this up by 4, and you can fill in the ceiling a block above it with gray concrete. This room has a 2-block center, at least this portion of the room. I guess in general is a 1-block center, but this portion of the room is what matters, because this is where the vent was, or is. So I kind of just shrugged my shoulders and said, oh well, and made it a 1-block event anyway. Because, yeah, I just felt like that was a better move than to go through some other elaborate plan. Anyway, yeah, you should have this now. Nice. That's the room, like, laid out. That took, like, 25 minutes. Oh my god. Thankfully, the interior decoration on this room is not crazy. It shouldn't take that long. So what you want to do is you want to head to the wall straight across from this open wall, which is this one over here, this giant basalt wall. And you want to find the center 2 blocks, and you can just place a placeholder slab off them. So you should have 5 off either side. If you're looking at them, you'll break the right one and take the left slab, and you'll bring it so it is a total row of 19 upside down polished blackstone slabs moving that way. So 1 is already there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get the point. Just like that. I'm just going to make sure that kind of roughly lines up. Yeah. Now, from there, if you head back to the start of this row and you kind of just trace it up, you want to be 1 row above the light gray concrete and place a row of upside down polished blackstone slabs just going along the full wall here. This is where the red hand is just kind of chilling up here. On the right side of this, or if you look to the right side, which is I guess the back wall of the room or something or other, you want to leave a 5 block gap. So I guess from this slab here, you'll count right by 6 and place a polished blackstone slab here. Then count right by 4, slab, right by 6, slab, right by 4, slab. Bring each of these slabs out by 3. And you also want to bring them into the wall by a block. And you will end up breaking, when you do this, 2 basalt above them. So you'll break the one that they're in and then 1, 2, like this. Like so, and then you can just back all of these with black concrete. What? Huh? I don't know if anybody saw that. It, like, placed the black concrete. I saw the outline appear, and then it just kind of vanished. I'm sure I'll reload the game and it'll, like, somehow be there. Anyway, ignoring whatever the frick is happening, head back to the back one, and you can actually break, or this, like, row of upside down slabs, and you can break the basalt, 2 basalt above it, and also back this with black concrete. This is where the light gray concrete corners come into play. Yay. They did something good. I believe, well, okay. Ironically, there is actually a cart made out of the warped in this room. So we can just make it since we have the materials. If you head to the doorway, which leads back into the kind of garage room, you'll head all the way into this corner here just underneath the window. You'll count out diagonally from it, and here you'll place a warp stair facing away from the garage room, so I guess from this perspective it's backwards, but it's technically left. Sure. And then place another one facing into it to the side of it, and then you can just place a warp trapdoors on the side. So you have the same tote thing. I keep calling it carts, but they're totes, I think. Or they might be both. I don't know. Anyway, what can we do now? Let's do the above area and maybe focus on the claw in the ceiling as well, because that's a pretty cool part. Clear your inventory and get out. Cobble deep slate blocks. Andesite walls. Polished deep slate slabs. Bamboo fence. Paintings. Oh, we forgot about something. That's fine. Sea lanterns. Polished black stone. I want to make sure that it's slabs. It's stairs, not slabs. Did we use stairs? I guess we didn't. Never mind then. So we did not forget something. Nether brick walls. And gray concrete, I guess. So you want to fill in the floor of this above little balcony here in with cobbled deep slate. In line with the two center, not actually with the two center blocks, 1 block shifted towards the garage room, you'll place 2 andesite walls with polished deep slate slabs on top. Or I guess 1 andesite wall, 2 in total, like this. You can see it's not quite centered. You'll place bamboo fence on the polished black stone brick, kind of moving towards you from it. And if you're looking at this, you'll place 1 fence to the right, leave a 1 block gap, and then place 2 fence. And then off to the left, you can just fill this whole thing in with fence. If you look at the kind of top, or the ceiling here, you'll have a 4 block gap in the middle, and then you'll place 2 sea lanterns on either side. So they should each be 4 blocks away from each other and 2 blocks away from the wall. The side walls, I should say. Or the light gray concrete trimming, alternatively. On this left wall, you want a 1x2 painting right here, which I have as the Mario-looking dude. I know he's not Mario, but he looks like Mario, so... It's one of the paintings I don't remember from that video I mentioned earlier. if you are in this first little curved bit up here where the window is, you want to be on the second row of basalt up, and you should have 5 blocks here. You'll take the second and fourth and place rows of polished black stone stairs that face towards each other that just kind of go all the way across. Like so. You can pick and choose where the claw goes, I guess, if you want to. I have it to where if you are looking at it from here, if you come to the far left side, you will count right by 4 and place nether brick walls here, and then you'll leave a 1 block gap moving right and place another set. Place gray concrete below each nether brick wall and then connect together and just fill in to make a little 3x3. Oh, look, a missing block. Who would have guessed? It was only a matter of time, really. Clear your inventory. Get out. Yellow terracotta. I hope we didn't need something in that. Oh, well. Sandstone walls. We'll just get it back out. If we do. No, I don't think we did. Never mind. Bamboo slabs. Bamboo stairs. Bamboo trapdoors. Spruce slabs. Nether brick slabs. And let's get out that polished tough slabs now. And also, I guess, polished tough walls since we're at it. Or while we're at it. Underneath this gray concrete square here, you want a plus shape of yellow terracotta. In the corners of the plus, you want sandstone walls. Below the middle yellow terracotta, you want another yellow terracotta and then an upside down bamboo slab. Also, below the rest of the yellow terracottas, you want upside down bamboo slabs, and below those, you want upside down bamboo stairs that will face towards that slab kind of in the middle. That is my claw. It is very large, but I think it did its job well. So, I have no complaints. Anyway. We can do shelves, I guess. I mean, well, let's not do the shelves quite yet. Let's focus on these things here, because these all need doors. Well, also supports. If you come to the underside of each of these rows of 4 polished blackstone slabs, you'll take the one not closest to the wall, but 1 block out, and place an upside down nether brick slab below. Then connect it to the wall with another nether brick slab in line with the light gray. At the top of each of these gaps, you want to place an upside down polished tough slab, except for the, not the far right one, but one to the left of the far right one, in which you will place a couple of polished tough walls in the gap instead, like so. That also, by the way, the slabs include the row of slabs, or the polished tough slabs include the polished blackstone slabs all the way on the left. God, that was a sentence. Also, at this polished blackstone slab line that kind of just abruptly runs into a wall, you will break a gap here and place an upside down polished tough slab in the top half of the second block. All of the vents have a little slab at the beginning, so you have to crouch through them. That wasn't necessarily my intention, but I just wanted to add it so, like, the door was there, but not quite... but not closed, basically. Okay, if you guys are familiar with my Indigo Park, it's time for the same shelf design, because originality is not my thing. Come to the back right-hand corner of the room, which would be classified as this right here. You can see where I am kind of standing. I'm on the other side from that window, and I'm close to the claw. It's going to probably grab me. Please help. Count forward by 1 and place a set of bamboo trapdoors that open up against the left half of this block, and you want 5 of them going up. Like so. Bring each one left with 3 upside-down spruce slabs. I guess the shelf design is a little bit different, but it's the same block palette. And then from that, you'll go back diagonally left with an upside-down slab, and then left by 2. Place more trapdoors here on the end. You'll have, essentially, I guess including the block that those trapdoors sit on, you will find the 3rd polished blackstone brick over. So this would be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and you'll again place 5 bamboo trapdoors here. And this time they'll just go left straight with 6 upside down spruce slabs. And then bamboo trapdoors at the end. Okay, this room is in fact long. Can confirm. From the, again, the block that the bamboo trapdoors take up, we're going to start from the gray this time. So the wall, you'll count left 2, forward 1, and then again place bamboo trapdoors here. And you'll go left from each one with 2 upside down spruce slabs. Then go 4 diagonally left, left, 4 diagonally left, left, and then you'll have bamboo trapdoors here at the end. These kind of get janky with the diagonals because you don't want to really separate the trapdoors from the slabs. Like, you don't want to put them on a diagonal too. It'll just look goofy. So there are some jank. I think I avoided 1 diagonals entirely. I think I did. Just like so. Oh, that's a pillar. So, something I will point out also, we will need spruce slabs again later because there's the like boxes everywhere and I don't want to get them out right now. Anyway, head to the front left-hand corner of the build and you want to count to the 5th polished black stone brick back. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and you will break 5 polished black stone bricks moving up into the wall and replace them with bamboo planks. This was just for spacing. I put it like into the wall. Bring it right with 2 upside down spruce slabs, and then you have the same thing as before. You'll go this time 4 diagonally right, right, 4 diagonally right, right, and then you'll have your row of bamboo trapdoors on the end again. Oh, what? Huh? That was an interesting placement. I didn't think that was going to place there, but nevertheless it did. Why am I crouching? I don't need to be crouching for this. These are not trapdoors anymore. Now it will be. Okay. Maybe that was why. Anyway, from the block that these trapdoors sit on, you will count forward by 1, and right here you'll place another row of 5 bamboo trapdoors. And this time it's back to the 3, so you'll place 3 upside down slabs right, and then you will go back diagonally right and right too. Oh dear. And then again, you'll have your bamboo trapdoors on the end. This one gets weird though, and I'll show you why in a minute. Although not yet, because that'd be lame. Just kidding. Get rid of your sandstone walls and get out spruce stairs. You want to take, not the top trapdoor on this side, but the one just below it, and you'll break it and replace it with an upside down spruce stair. That should be facing away from the shelf like this. You will bring that forward with an upside down spruce slab and also back with 4. And then you can place bamboo trapdoors kind of on either side of this. So you'll have this, essentially. You'll then place rows of this down diagonally right until you hit the floor. So you don't want the the stair. I'm ironically using a stair as a placeholder right now as I say that. But you don't want the stair to be in there. You just want slabs. But this shelf is kind of just taking a nap, I guess. I don't know. I feel bad for the other shelf having to hold it up, though. Poor guy. Anyway, ignoring that, you want to, from the, again, this, I guess, rightmost front trapdoor, the gray concrete that it sits on, you will count right by 3 and back by 1 and place 5 bamboo trapdoors going up here. Then bring each of these back with 6 upside down spruce slabs. And then again the trapdoor at the end. And then again you'll, well, I already said that, never mind. Trapdoors. There you go. Now, there's 2 of the bamboo carts. Yeah. So, one of them is basically at the end of this polished blackstone slab row that is just in the middle of the room. This will make sense later, don't worry. From this end slab, you'll go forward forward diagonally right, I guess, and you'll place a bamboo stair facing forward, which is towards that wall. Then place one behind it, or in front of it, sorry, facing back, and then place your bamboo trapdoors on either side. I'm getting so, like, screwed up with directions, it's crazy. Head to the back of this kind of, shelf that's again leaning, and you want to, if you're on the gray concrete that this furthest right trapdoor is on, you'll count left by 1 and place 2 bamboo trapdoors going left here that are opened up against nothing right now. You'll place bamboo stairs where they would be opening up, or where they are, and then you'll place more trapdoors on the other side. That was a mess of a sentence, but you got the point across, hopefully. If you didn't, I'm sorry. That was just horrendous. Get rid of your nether brick slabs and polished tuff and get out stripped spruce wood and oak wood. Not stripped, just normal oak. So there's a lot of boxes just kind of scattered around. We're going to start with the pillar that I guess we're just chilling right next to currently. Well, no, to the right of this pillar, you want to place a spruce plank with a slab on top. Going forward from that, you will place 2 rows of 2 strips spruce and then bring each one right by one. So you have a 2 by 2 by 2. You will then place in front of that bottom left strip spruce a spruce plank. Bring it left with a row of 2 strip spruce and then bring that left with a single strip spruce. Bring that and strip spruce then back with 2 rows of 2 spruce planks. And then behind that, another single strip spruce. On top of the frontmost of the 2 rows of the spruce planks, you'll place a strip spruce and then a spruce slab. And to the right of this, you want a row of strip spruce that is too tall. You may need a placeholder for this. You can actually fill this middle in with spruce planks, I guess, if you want, because that's what it should be. Anyway, then from this row of 2, you'll have another row of 2 strip spruce behind it. And then right of that, you want a row of spruce planks from both bottom strip spruces. Spruce slabs on top of either, and then from the front block, you'll have another slab right of it. If you don't get it perfect, that is fine, but this is what you have anyway. Or what I have anyway. Something or other like that. Off the back of this pillar, if you're on the gray concrete directly behind it, you want to count back diagonally right by 1 and place 2 strip spruce going back. From the light gray concrete on the right wall here, you want to count out to the second gray concrete and then count back by 1. Here you will place a strip spruce. Behind it, spruce plank. On top of that spruce plank, another strip spruce. And then you can take that original, not the original, but the spruce plank here and bring it back by 1, and either of those spruce planks left by 1 each. On top of the 3 that you can, you'll place spruce slabs. Left of this front left spruce plank, you want a strip spruce. And behind the back left spruce plank, you want 2 strip spruce going back. Bring either strip spruce left by 2, and then bring each strip spruce up by 1. The front right of this box, you can place a spruce plank on top of. One more little area of boxes. This one's not exactly little, though. If you head to the left wall and you are at this light gray concrete pillar here embedded in the left wall, you want to count forward from it by 4 and place 3 spruce planks going up right there. Bring that right with a row of planks and bring either row of spruce back with a row. Then bring this box right with a 2 by 2 by 2 of strip spruce. Behind the original spruce plank box, Jesus, you want to place 3 rows of strip spruce that are each 2 tall. So you essentially have this. You kind of have this box. Poor guy getting cornered. On top of the left half of this, also 3, whatever this big spruce plank box is, you want a set of strip spruce on top. Behind the, I guess, back left spruce plank, you'll have another spruce plank. From that one block out moving back, spruce slab. If you come to this rightmost box, which is just kind of 2 by 2 by 2, you will have a row of stripped spruce behind the bottom half of it. And on top of the left block there, you'll place a spruce plank. Behind that spruce plank, a slab. Down with an upside down slab, and then from that upside down slab back with another plank. Again, the 2 by 2 by 2, you'll take the top right and place a spruce slab on top of. And one more little thing, which is kind of unrelated, sort of. It's not actually in the stack. From the, I guess, back left of the stack, you'll leave your 1 block out moving back and place 2 oak wood moving up. Bottom oak wood, you will bring both right and back, just like so. And there's the room almost done. We have a few minor things, and we're done, pretty much. So let's start with some of the... Well, let's just kind of work front to back, I guess. We'll do the hole in the floor, because the hole in the floor is just a hole in the floor. Wow, crazy. Get out for that. Light gray concrete, stone slabs, sea lanterns, black concrete. You also need barriers for that, which you'll see why. Oh, good, those made it into my inventory. So glad. Yellow concrete, lime concrete, red concrete, and light blue concrete. And I think that is everything for what we're particularly trying to do right now. There's also a pipe back here if I forget it. It's not really anything crazy, but it's there. From this shelf here, though, this front left shelf, if you stand up against the right side of it, you'll be on this gray concrete. From it, you'll count back by 2, and you'll break this one, and then this hole is pretty self-explanatory. Below each gray concrete around it, 3 light gray concrete, and then the upside-down stone slab. Surrounding the stone slab, sea lanterns. Oh, lord. Kind of in like a diamond shape. And then filling in the bottom, you'll have black concrete. You might want to leave the middle open so you can fly up through it, though. And then you will barrier off the top just so you don't fall in and get stuck in a hole, because that would just be pretty embarrassing. Especially this hole that's just a little 1-block hole in the middle of the room. Anywho, if you're... I guess... where's the closest... Okay, there it is. You have 3 shelves here on the back wall. You want to find the middle one and the leftmost 2 blocks of it, and I'm just highlighting under, I guess. You'll counter the second gray concrete out, which is this set, and you'll break them both. Break 3 moving forward from each, and then you'll break the middle 2 left and right in additional row. Fill in this square with yellow concrete, except for the corners, because there are no corners. There's literally 2 more of the exact same thing, which is kind of funny. If you trace the frontmost block of the middle of this yellow all the way to the right, and then from there what you do is, hold on, you count back left by 1, you'll break this gray, and 3 to the left. Break another row in front, and then again you'll break the middle 2 off what is now the front and back, and fill this with light blue concrete, which will give you a still square without the corners. It's going to be like my favorite thing to say now. From this little bamboo tote cart, whatever the frick it is, you want to leave a 2-block gap from it moving forward and break 4 gray concrete in the floor in front. Break a row to the left, and then again you're breaking the middle 2 an additional row out and filling the 4x4 without the corners in with red concrete. That just may become the new catchphrase. Especially with this, because that shape is used so often. Anyway, clear your inventory. Wait, no, not quite. Never mind. Head to the front wall, and you want to leave these 3 blocks open here in the corner, and then you will break the next 2 on the, not the bottom row, but 1 row up. You'll then break, well, 2 rows above it, and if you're looking at this shape, you will, well, fill in the bottom with lime, and then the middle left will be a black. The rest of this can be yellow concrete, like so. That's the poster. It's the same robot dude that is in this room, actually. It's the same robot dude that thing is, and that the zombie head on the floor is, not in the floor. Clear your inventory. Flower pots, wherever they may be. They're somewhere. I'm not even in the right section. I meant to click the right one, I swear. I just didn't. Cobbled deep slate slabs. Cobbled deep slate stairs. Dark oak fence gates. Glow item frames. Block of redstone. Where is redstone? Oh, wait, no, that's in items, yeah. Block of lapis lazuli, or however you may or may not say that. Red stained glass and red carpet, and that should finish the room if I am correct, but I could not be. You never know. If you're still looking at this poster, below the, well, left half, you'll place a flower pot. From the polished black stone slab row, if you are looking towards the back wall again, you'll place right of this an upside down cobbled deep slate slab. Go up diagonally right with a normal slab, right one, and then I guess up diagonally right, but also just right with an upside down slab. And then from there you'll place an upside down stair that faces right. Below the upside down stair, you want a dark oak fence gate opened, and below the second of the two slabs here, you'll place another dark oak fence gate opened. So I love this. It's kind of every other block, but there's only 4 blocks to be taken, so that's not much of an every other block, I guess. Anyway, I think it's just the vent stuff left. Yeah. So if you head over to the vent, this polished tough slab at the top of it, you'll place a glow item frame left and right of. And the left one, you want a block of lapis, and the right one, you want a block of redstone. This is the hand thing, and also, side note, it looks like a face. And he looks absolutely flabbergasted. Anyway, tracing the door straight up, you'll place a red stained glass on top of this polished blackstone side row with a red carpet on top. And that's another room down. Now, the vent section is where things get fun. Alrighty, so for the vent, this is where things get, you know, you could call it fun, I guess. The materials you need, though, to start off with the vent are polished blackstone slab, cobbled deep slate slab, which we will also use for blocks just because inventory management, cobbled deep slate stairs, polished basalt, polished deep slate stairs, and maybe polished deep slate slabs? Yeah, polished deep slate slabs, and we still have 1 inventory space, so I will go with mangrove stairs. We might not even use those yet, but we will need them. So if you head outside of your, well, hole, where the frick am I? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just, like, find my way out of the vent first, because I seem to have gotten stuck. Okay, anyway, from this basalt here, you want to go out and place 8 polished blackstone. And you'll place a cobbled deep slate stair at the end. And you want to bring it kind of down and out with 9 more cobbled deep slate stairs. So 1... You know, I'm going to use basalt underneath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay, shift key. That's really good. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2... Wait, let me just make sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, it is 10 in total. That is good. From this bottom stair, you will go kind of out diagonally and place a cobbled deep slate block right there. Also, you will need, like, blocks under these stairs, but I'll get to that later because the whole vent needs stuff like that. You then place another block moving out, and then 2 cobbled deep slate slabs. From that, you will place a polished blackstone kind of down diagonally out, so right here. And if you kind of were to come down from the vent, you want to go right from this and place 13 polished blackstone. Then from this end one, you will go back with 10. And then I believe you should go back left by... It's like... What is it? I don't actually know. Okay, it's not as much as I thought it was. You want to go left by 7. We'll do all of the walls at the end, so don't worry about that. Take either of these end 2 blocks here and bring them back forward with a cobbled deep slate block, and then you'll place a slab on top. That's just because you would need those there anyway. Going forward from the slabs, you'll place a cobbled deep slate block from each. Up diagonally, back with cobbled deep slate slab. Back with cobbled deep slate block. And then you'll place a single polished blackstone behind that. Cobbled deep slate block. Cobbled deep slate slab. Down diagonally back with cobbled deep slate block, and then just back with a slab. And if you count on either side of this, you should have 6 polished blackstone on both the left and the right, at least on the side closest to us right now. That is good. From the polished blackstone here at the top, you will place an additional polished blackstone off the left and the right. And then from there, you're going to do the same thing you did with the cobbled deep slate on both the left and the right, except on the right it is with blackstone, and on the left it is with the deep slate. So on the right, you want an additional polished blackstone, and then you want a slab, down diagonally with block, and then you'll have a slab right there. And again, on the other side, you'll have a cobbled deep slate block, slab, block, slab, and this row isn't back yet, so just kind of leave it there. Although I guess if you want to bring the polished blackstone here, this one that we started with, all the way back to you were at this point, that would be fine. And then just for now, bring it back an additional 3. And that will make more sense later. Now, for the little, like, I suppose they are referred to as commonly the nipples, which are the little power things. I guess we'll just call them that, because, like, I don't know what else you want me to call it. At the left here, where this original row is, just across from this cobbled deep slate slab, you want a polished deep slate slab in the same spot. Left and right of it, I would place an upward-facing polished basalt. This will be more important later, just not quite right now. Bring each of those polished basalts up by 1, and then you'll bring them each kind of out or to the left with a set of polished deep slate stairs that essentially create a shape. I don't really know. From the back one, they'll be facing forward. From the front one, they'll face back. And again, it'll look like this from the other side. Bring this polished deep slate slab here at the bottom back with a slab, and then place a block. And on top of that block, you want a cyan terracotta. And this is why I kind of said the thing about the mango stairs where we may not use them yet, because I actually changed the way I'm doing the order of this. So get out your cyan terracotta and place one on top instead of the mango stairs. We'll need them later, just not yet. Back each of these polished deep slate stairs with blocks to kind of fill in those gaps, and then you'll fill in the top here in with polished deep slate blocks, a block above everything. Just in this little crevice for now. We'll do more later, but... Although I guess we might as well actually kind of work, ironically, towards those mangrove stairs. You'll bring this end polished deep slate block right with an upside down slab, and then this slab here is just so you can slide down this easier and you don't have to like crouch or anything. Because then from that you'll go up diagonally right with a polished deep slate block. Sorry, I was reading a comment. Right with an upside down slab, up diagonally right with a polished deep slate block, and that's pretty much where that ends. You will then bring this polished deep slate block right by 2, and we'll stop here for now on this portion because we need materials from this point. If you head straight back to the edge of this, you're going to do a similar thing that you did over there, except just it's a little bit wider. So directly from the bottom of each of these cobbled deep slate slabs on the other side of this polished blackstone, you want a couple of polished deep slate slabs. You, again, want the polished basalt either side of it, making sure that it is too tall and they are upward facing. Bring either the polished deep slate slabs back with an additional polished deep slate slabs, and then you're just wrapping those in polished deep slate. It is a little bit different because of the 2-block center, but on the fact that it's the opposite end of the connector, which is a little different usually anyway. But you should have this. Then kind of a block up and above this, you'll fill this little 2x2 in with polished deep slate. And again, you might want to do this thing again where you have the upside down slabs above the blackstone, and then you'll just keep doing this. And when you have the end, you'll bring them in with one singular polished deep slate block at the top, like that. That will make more sense later, just... yeah. So, from this point, things get a little bit, I guess, weirder. So, first off, get rid of your cyan terracotta and get out mangrove buttons. We're just going to do this really quickly, because this will take like 3 seconds. In the little cubby holder we just made in the top left corner, you'll place a mangrove button. In the other one, you'll place a mangrove button on the cyan terracotta. You can then get rid of the mangrove button, I guess, and get out stone stairs. Now, you want to line this with a pattern, and you may want to actually switch your polished deep slate blocks and stairs for this, and maybe even then switch your cobbled deep slate stairs and your polished deep slate blocks. So you have these 3. So you have polished basalt in between polished deep slate and the polished deep slate stairs. You want a pattern, although ironically this pattern is pretty much wrong from the instance in where I'm starting it. And there's a couple exceptions. So do you see here where I am by the original, I guess, nipple name holder? You want to, on the front half of this polished basalt, you want 2 sets of polished deep slate stairs that are kind of the same as the polished deep slate stairs that go the other direction from this. The bottom half is right side up, the top half is upside down. You'll then do polished basalt, and then beyond that you want polished deep slate. I'll explain that in a second. But you essentially want to make sure that your polished basalt lines up on both sides, and you have the kind of stairs going like this. However, generally the gapping is 1 block instead of 2. Where it specifically changes is just on points where it wouldn't really line up. Like the other side of this back polished basalt, just go back with 1 set of stairs and then polished basalt, and that'll hit the end of this polished blackstone. And again, you should mirror it on the other side. Ignore the middle polished, or excuse me, cobbled deep slate section, because that gets a little bit quirky, but everything else is fairly basic. And I actually don't know why it gets like that, because I didn't... You'll see, it's a little strange. But anyway, and then you'll just kind of bring this along the, at least outer trim and inner trim of this. And there's a couple of these where you will have to break, and again, you'll see here, you'll have it matching on both sides, and then you'll have these stairs after. Don't go quite up the, like, stairs yet, I'll explain that in a second, because that part's a little bit different. But, yeah, really the only other spots that are 2 blocks are where this is here. Just because you want the polished basalt on both sides of it for, I guess, for the sake of it working nicely. And then everything should still line up even once you go around the curve. On the kind of bends here, you'll just have polished basalt in the corner. Or maybe there will be a corner where you don't actually end up having to put polished basalt there, and it's just like on either edge there of the wall instead of embedded in the corner, but it all depends. And on the sides of this polished blackstone one here, you'll have stairs. It's not really a problem. Just kind of, I guess, clearing up any questions. Although, granted, most of it is kind of just place blocks, don't think. That is generally the consensus with these things. But, yeah. This is the shorter of the 2 vent sections, so enjoy it while you can, because you can see, well, you can see we're not that far, and then you can see that gap also doesn't seem that far, but let's just say it's a lot worse. Because it's not exactly a straight line. Straight lines are a myth in this game. Oh, and I guess all games, actually. There really isn't, like... Thinking of cartoon logic and game logic, also this will just end right here, and then you'll have polished basalt there, but we'll worry about that in a second. Thinking of, you know, like cartoons and video games, the logic does not exactly line up. I'll go right here with the polished basalt just because. So you'll have something like this. So the stone stairs, that's I think where I will instruct you to go next, because, well, just, yeah. I always am getting lost. What the heck? So come to the, I guess, right side of the vent where you have the polished blackstone kind of portion. And if you look towards the front half, which would be to where the elevated portion is on your right, these stairs just directly at the end here, you'll break and replace with a couple of right side up stone stairs like this. If you head the other way to the back and then head all the way left here to these polished deep slate stairs, these will be stone stairs as well. Head up the cobbled deep slate and just back down the directly opposite side, and this little 2x2 will also be stone stairs. Head back to the original kind of, I guess, quote-unquote original path right here. And, well, we're actually done with the stone stairs, I believe. Yes, we are. That's cool. So, yeah, let's get out mangrove stairs now. At the top center here above these middle 2 blocks of the polished blackstone, you want a set of upside down mangrove stairs that face away from each other, and they should kind of slot just in between these polished deep slates here. You don't actually have all 4, unless you made all 4, that's fine. But you can see that they just slot directly above the center. Get rid of those for a second and get out, I don't know, black concrete or something, and just essentially surround above them. You want to do this with black concrete. You want to basically not place the black concrete directly on top, but on every other block. And then if you get rid of your cobbled deep slate stairs and get out redstone torches, that's not even the right block right there. Cool. You'll place a couple of redstone torches on above the mangrove stairs and then place black concrete on top of them. Because I have night vision, you probably have no idea what I just did, but this just gives us a little bit of a glow. If you, again, do not care about lighting, it doesn't matter, but this is a little bit better. So, the two pathways that we have here, you want to copy these kind of, the same pattern on the opposite two sides. So, you'll see, basically, the biggest thing you need to know is the flat portion here at the top goes one block further out, so it goes to this first slab, and then after that is when it starts to go down. And just stop once you're in line with the wall. We'll probably have to add an extra block, or we will have to add an extra block because of this little half gap. So if you want to just do that, you can. And then above these stone stairs, I think I just use polished deep slate, yeah. Instead of moored stairs. Just like this. Now, in this area, this middle area, the walls are all polished basalt that is upward facing, except for on the back section here. Essentially, if you just bring all of the walls up with polished basalt, except you just leave this wall open, then this portion will be polished deep slate. Just bringing it forward, and then the corner there ends up being polished basalt still. That was a horrendous explanation. I realized the way I was explaining it was stupid, so I changed mid-explanation, which probably made it make less sense somehow. But anyway, we got there in the end, or I got there in the end, so. I also hope you did, because if you didn't, that means then I screwed up. Oh, look, another stone stair you need blocks on top of. After you finish the vent sections, I would just go back through and make sure that there's no missing blocks. And just kind of fill them in with whatever seems logical. Or perhaps if there is a match, then you know. Now, before we do the ceiling, if you look at this portion of the vent with the stairs, I need to stop getting lost in this stupid loop. You want to kind of make sure that you continue your pattern, and it's a similar thing that I had mentioned before. I will actually give you the roof pattern if you so choose to start. So from this upside down polished deep slate slab here, go all the way to the back with polished deep slate until you're in line with, not the end basalt, but the basalt that should be just before this opening right here. You'll then go up diagonally forward with a polished deep slate. Forward 2. Up diagonally forward. Forward 1. And then from there you'll keep going up diagonally forward with polished deep slate until you are at a point to where you can connect forward to the basalt just above the polished tuff there. I don't have a number for this, but it should be just a 2-block space like this. On the sides of these stairs, you kind of want to do the same thing to where you bring the polished basalt and all that jazz up. However, instead of polished deep slate stairs, you'll see I'm using polished deep slate blocks. If you so want to do the stairs, that is fine. However, because of this being 4 blocks in total, I mean, I guess you could do the middle 2 stairs, but I just felt like it was better to use blocks and make it flat, because the spacing would have been weird regardless. And then once you're at the top here, you'll just go back to the stairs. Like this. Do remember this pattern, because you're gonna need it a lot. So yeah, like that. And then you want it on the other side, yay. And then there's one other thing that I don't want to forget. I'll just blurt it out right now what it is. It's one of those electric poles in the, like, middle section. It's basically sitting on one of the cobble deep slate ramps. I just am saying it because perhaps either if I forget it, I won't forget it, let's be honest, but I'll maybe speaking about it and ranting about it will help me remember. Anyway, the rest of the ceiling of this area is polished deep slate in line with, or on the second block up, like this. As mentioned, you will need to coat the, like, sides of all of these stairs if you care about lighting. Just, like, yeah, have fun, I guess. Again, I'm not worrying about it because I already have had the lighting. Oh, look, more stone stairs. But, yeah, and also make sure any of these, like, these types of gaps are filled in, because, yeah. Oh, there's one on both sides. How about the other? Nope. I think I'm good. Yep, nice. Anyway, now this should feel mildly more horrifying and claustrophobic. Get rid of your redstone torches, polished deep slate slab, sorry, and black concrete, and you want to get out Well, red sandstone walls, that's all you actually need. And on the side that I am on, which is the one with the stone stair vent here on the cobble deep site, you'll take the first set of blocks and just place 2 red sandstone walls on the leftmost half, like this. That's all for this vent section. 20 minutes for that, really. Oh yeah, you also need a polished tough slab, oops. So if you head back out and to the end here, between these 2 polished basalt, you want a polished tough slab there. This is optional, however. This was kind of my way of marking this door here that opens once you do all the fun stuff. So yeah. This next part gets fun. If you guys, again, Indigo Park comparison, if you guys remember the... I just phased through a stair on my alt account, that was weird. If you guys remember the Indigo Park slide, it's basically the same type of thing going on. From this polished blackstone, you want to go back with 8 polished blackstone. Then up diagonally back with a slab. Right with a slab. Back with a slab. Back with 2 blocks. Right one. Back one. Right one. Back diagonally up with a slab. Back one. Right with a block. Back with a block. Up diagonally back with a slab. Back with a slab. Right with a block. Up diagonally back with a slab. Back one. Right with a block. Back diagonally up with a slab. Back one. Right with a block. I swear this pattern will stop. Back diagonally up with a slab. Back one. Right with a block. Back diagonally up with a slab. And then right one. It changed. Right with a block. Back with a block. Right one. Up diagonally right with a slab. Back one. Right with a block. Up diagonally right with a slab. Oh no, not the new pattern. Back one. Right with a block. Up diagonally right with a slab. Back one. Right with a block. And then from there you want to go right with... I don't have this number. You want to go right with 33 blocks from this one. Just like that. From the end, you'll go back one, right one, back one, right one, back one, and then you'll get back out cobble deep set stairs, and you'll place a cobble deep set stair behind that, and you will go down diagonally back with 4 more cobble deep set stairs. And I should stick, I believe, just over the grid line from this, or in line with it. Nope, I'm neither. I'm still in the wall. Never mind, that checks out. So yeah, you should have this. Hooray. Let me confirm this is right, though. Good news, I didn't screw up anywhere, so that's good. Now, this is kind of where the true pain comes in from this vent segment. So you want to... Again, this follows very closely to my Indigo Park vent... Or not vent, slides in the landing pad, if you know how I made those. Except it's a little less perfect because I didn't end up using any sort of deep slate slab, polished deep slate slab. So you're just going to continue this pattern of the stairs and blocks. Now, because of the weird jank here, I believe they don't end up perfectly lining up. I think there is somewhere... where I had to double? Let me confirm this before I... Well, we'll see. If you hit the end and you have to double something, then that is fine. But, and again, this is the same thing to where I use blocks instead. And if you just take the top along here, you'll see It's the same thing. Essentially, one block before this slab here, I go up a block with the polished deep side, and then I keep going until the next slab, which would be right there, and you see I'm a block, or the block before, I'll go up, and then I'll go over to this block. Essentially, you're just making sure that you're staying 2 to 3 blocks above the pathway at all times. No more, no less. And you see this block I have to do that for, so that should be 3, and then same thing, and it does create a pattern here. Albeit not a fun pattern, but a pattern nonetheless. And just kind of keep, like, just giving a little check to make sure you're still sticking roughly 3 blocks above. Like you can see here, still 3, and that would be 2.5 then, so then I would go up there. And this is where it goes straight across. And then on the stairs, it is kind of the same thing, although you do, I believe, want to stop short? No, you don't. You do go all the way to the end of the stairs. And again, make sure you have that 1 extra block of space, which I didn't even add, did I? No, I didn't. Oops, I'm supposed to add 1 more. So, right? That would be right then. Yeah, you just go 1 further than the stair, and then down there. And now we bring the walls along while I don't know. So, the next room... I'll talk about the next room. The next room is Make a Friend, which is one of the larger rooms. So, I think this will be the end of whatever part this is. I actually cannot confirm this because I just don't know what's happening. But this will probably be the end of this part, and the next part will be just that room, and then it will be just the pit room. And then after that, the final part will be just the, like, poppy area at the end, which will be a shorter final part, unfortunately. But just with the way that the pit room worked, I wanted to put it all in one, or I wanted to put it all in one video because, yeah. So you should end on both sides with a polished basalt also, like right at the, where the blocks turn to a straightaway. And also make sure you're not leaving any gaps, because this is one of those areas that you definitely should go back after you fill in the vent and just kind of, like, check the sides. I had to do that on Indigo Park when I made the thing basically exactly the same, because you essentially get areas like... I don't know if I can find one. I probably won't be able to now. But basically where you have to add an extra block. Like, see here, it looks fine there, but if you aren't paying attention, you'll just miss that little block there. So you do got to make sure that you are paying attention. But yeah, you do see, it looks like it's opposite right now. Although it might fix itself, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure somewhere you'll have to add a little bit of a double, which isn't really a huge deal. Like, you could pick a corner like this even, although, let me make sure, polish? No, it does fix itself, okay. Because you see when it turns again, it goes back to the correct pattern. Which is good. Again, I don't study these things enough sometimes. Like, the things like this I just don't want to make. And then, barring a few changes we'll have to make, you just want to go all the way to the end with this pattern on both sides, and then do the same thing to where you go down to the bottom of the cobbled deep side stairs with the steel pattern happening. And, oh, I found another block that shouldn't be there. I think? Maybe. Perhaps. Wait. Oh, no, that's the wall. Never mind. That should be there. Because the wall is polished andesite in the next room, and the little vent hole that you pop out of is made of stone. And I was like, oh, I see some polished andesite, so I guess I changed the thing which was originally polished andesite and didn't bother to change that. But no, it's because of the way the wall is. It's unfortunate, but... Oh, okay. Really? Really gonna be like that, game? Just incredible. Yeah, there's a couple little things in this vent, though. Which, essentially, this one, if you are not familiar with the game, or even if you are, I'm gonna say it anyway. Oh yeah, also in this corner, you'll need to do some weird things. I think I made that blocks originally, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Not that it matters, but I will, again, just for funnies. But, this is the vent where, when you activate that original door that I mentioned... What? Why are you not the same? Oh, right. This is the corner where something happens. On one of the sides, you'll have to have a double. I'm going to change it to right. Here, I'm going to make that polished deep slate, and then here, polished basalt. So just, you can see I have two essentially back to back like this. It's because both sides won't line up if you don't do it that way. But anyway, once you hit that little, or once you turn on the power from the little, again, the nipple, as we're going to call it, it speeds you through this section of the vent where it just dumps toy parts on you and stuff. It's pretty rude, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, you can see here, if with this doubled up, it lines properly. It's not even grammar. What? It works, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest grammar. Also, one other thing with both Make a Friend and the Pit, there's a lot of just randomly placed conveyor belts that aren't perfectly accurate to the game, in which the method that I made them, but I'll show you how to... Oh yeah, that's normal. I'll show you how to make them how I did. And yeah, but they aren't perfectly accurate, and if you don't feel like going by my scuffed block for block, then that is a-okay. Anywho, let me check something. Okay, I have officially checked something. Get rid of your, we'll go polish tough slabs and get out mangrove buttons. And if you are on the original side of the vent where you start from, you want to find the 5th polished deep slate stair set on your right. So first is there, second, third, fourth, 5th. You want to break it, and essentially I would bring the polished deep slate roof out by 2, and then the top polished basalt each kind of out with a single polished deep slate like that. You'll then place a couple of cobbled deep slate stairs in there like this. One in the bottom in line with the wall, and then one kind of a block back where I told you to place those extra polished deep slates. On the ceiling in line with this, or a block before this rather, you will place a mangrove button. So on the, just in line with these 2 polished basalt. Heading back to your right again, you will count, well, ironically, to the 5th stair again. So first, second, third, fourth, 5th, and you will do exactly the same thing. So bring your ceiling out, bring the blocks out here, the polished basalt out, whatever, and then place your cobbled deep set stairs. And then you'll actually go to the final set of stairs, or I guess second final one if you have this as stairs, and you'll do it again with the mangrove button on the ceiling and everything. The mangrove button is a little bit of a light that activates whenever you go through these. And these are the little things that just dump toy parts. So, yeah. There's your vent done. That wasn't actually horrible, but it only gets worse. And again, if you have to coat it in blocks, I would use some random block. Like, originally we had used pink concrete, just to kind of make sure we know what is the vent and what isn't. Because if you coat it with the same block, it might just start to all blend together. So use something vibrant and out there. Anyway, time for Make a Friend. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of this part of the tutorial. As you can tell, you're going to get the same outro each time, except for part 10 gets a different one. But, yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, the next part will hopefully be soon. I just don't want to throw them all at you, like, in the span of a week or two. So, they'll be a little bit spread out, but not too much. Anyway, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.